Hey to the people, what's going on? It's time for your season finale, and it's time for your favorite Mojito Mommies to get into that. My name is Chase,
And I'm Jaime.
and we are coming to give you everything that you know you want and more. Thank you guys for all the support. We greatly appreciate it. Jaime, they were on your ass last week.
I read the comments. They said my audio was all kind of low budget. I was feeling very Sammy with it, but I went. I got me a little lapel microphone, so hopefully this fixes the audio issue. Because we still have this episode and then the 3-part reunion. So, my God, we
Can you
ain't
believe
done yet.
it? Can you believe it? We're here.
I'm excited. Look, I honestly thought that this season was only going to be about 13 episodes.
Me too.
13 or 14, and then a 2-part reunion. So for us to get 17 full episodes and then a 3-part, yikes.
We overcommitted. But we overcommitted, but we over-delivered. We did not think it was going to be this many episodes, but I think we did great. What do you think?
We didn't think there were going to be this many episodes. We didn't know that they were going to switch the date that they were doing stuff in, a quarter, halfway through. So thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being patient when our schedules didn't line up with the new dates and the new time. We appreciate it. But we are ready.
We ready. Hey, Lock Queen. Yes. Hey, Football Cat. Yeah, Football Cat says, hey, baby gorgeous. Now's not a good time to be a Lisa fan. I just got to be honest. Lisa Barlow fans, y'all down one. Brown tore that ass up this week. I just got to be honest about it.
I love hearing that. She tore her right.
Oh my gosh. Let me see if I still have it. If you guys are watching, give me 1 second, because I was doing this on the Salt Lake City review, which thank y'all so much. Listen, I got into some Salt Lake ass. Do you hear me? You know I did. Because you know who as I'm bringing this up, and this is definitely a Miami review. We're going to give you guys Miami, but since we're talking about Salt Lake just a skosh, you know who really gets on my nerves and grinds my gears?
Whitney. Heather.
Oh my God, I cannot stand that fucking Heather.
Brittany.
I like Brittany.
She's just the right amount of delusion and completely detached from reality.
She's a friend.
She's one of those, like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever done like improv, but she gives very much like everybody else in the cast showed up with the full script and knows their lines. And Brittany thinks she's going to an improv class and everything is just yes and she changes stories, she changes topics, she busts in when somebody else is reading their lines. Like this is a mess. But
she's what they call a ham. She's a ham.
Yeah, baby, she's there for her spot, and you gave her a little taste of fame, and she'll be damned.
Yeah.
You'll fire her.
Anytime you see this, take a drink. Okay. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it.
Robin looks so satisfied that she tore Lisa the fuck out.
I said that on the review, I said that she opened a can of whip ass on Lisa Barlow and then drunk it, because wow.
Listen, satisfaction. Right. Lisa had me in the beginning. She had me at the beginning, but Robin turned that around and beat her up.
Yeah, she beat her up. All right, guys. So we start the Miami finale, the Miami finale, the way that we need
finale.
To end, the way that we need to end the what is I'm giving you today? What is that? I'm giving you.
Got the cameras.
Yeah, dead ass. What I was trying to say was we start the Miami finale the way that we hopefully will end the Miami season, with Marisol and Alexia having separate events, only with Marisol hopefully being her events being non-filmed, because that's where I'm at with Marisol. Anyway, Marisol and Alexia are having a party at the same time, and there's a Jill Zarin sighting. Jill Zarin.
Look, if you ever see a Bravo camera anywhere in the world, you can be 95% sure Jill Zarin is not far behind.
There are Bravo celebrities like that. Jill Zarin is one. You know who's one?
Oh.
Charisse. Like the Jill Zarins, the Charices, like
Jen Fessler. Jen Fessler been popping up at
Fessler showed out there for 2 years, Jaime.
Dorinda been popping up at wherever anybody will invite her. And I know you love Dorinda.
But the thing about Dorinda is, if you call it out, she'll cuss you out. Jilla owned it and be like, I miss it. You know, Jilla just say, I miss it. Dorinda be like, what do you mean? You better back that shit up. You better back it up.
I don't miss anything. Then I got invited to a party.
Don't do it.
Better, damn well better understand.
You better well love listen. Damn, I miss that lady. Gertie was drunk and doing the most. Yeah, Gertie was drunk and doing the most. Do you think she was rude in that moment? What are you thinking about that moment?
I don't think that she was rude to say, like, I'm only going to want to carry that I want to get through the free stuff. She was very, very honest. But I think just like her delivery, because Gertie is very like fast talking, she's very straightforward. That's just her personality. So the lady's like, it comes with this. No, I don't want that, baby. You don't have to put that on. Just give me the bottom. Like, I get it. Making the girl's face was a little. She felt Gertie was being rude. I didn't think it was a big deal. As big of a deal as Mars. Look, it's free stuff. Give it to me. I want all the free stuff.
That's fine. You gonna get it how it comes, though.
But the fact that Lawrence said, Gertie, don't be rude. Just take it how it comes. She goes, no, I don't have to.
Girl, you ain't got to get shit. You better hope. Ooh, Stephanie.
I was like, all right, Gertie. It's really did. You were very excited for that free merch. Meanwhile, the New York girls are pretending they don't like free merch. They think it's gauche.
Well,
but these bitches love a free merch.
I think, I agree with the New York girls because it was quite obvious that they were allegedly supposed to be influencers. And so for you to continue to give influencers free stuff, it's within the hopes that they'll love it and post about it. It was double-edged to me. I could see both sides.
Yeah.
But that was so long ago, and New York's not relevant.
Whoa.
It's true. And you reviewed 2 seasons of it. It's crap. You didn't even review the 2nd season of it. So what are you talking?
I did.
Yes, you did.
We did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. Because remember, it was the allegations.
You guys reviewed Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it. When I do reviews, I don't like to watch anyone else's because I don't want to like pick up your talking point.
Yeah.
That's just a very me thing. That's a me thing. It's like my thing. I don't know. And then after
I'm pretty sure we reviewed it.
Yeah, as I know, I reviewed it too. So that's why I was like, normally. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. What did you guys think about that? Well, no, we'll talk offline about it. Anyway.
Come on.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's Saturday afternoon. I got places.
I actually have things to do. Football Cat says Anna Quincosa said that Stephanie got served at our party.
Anna knows everything about everybody that's ever come on Miami.
I'm telling Anna all of these things.
Well, Anna used to be an attorney, right? So, like, I'm sure Anna knows people that have no. I mean, it's not like HIPAA law. Like, you can discuss cases. It's fine.
Why does Anna want to? But my thing is, I don't even care about people who I don't care about.
Anna loves it. Anna wants. I've never look. That lady wants to be back on this show so bad. But her podcast is actually fairly successful, and so I think that she really is trying to be as deep in with these girls as possible to get stuff for her podcast.
Breaking
she
news.
makes more money probably off that podcast than she will on this show.
Breaking news. Football Cat follows up and says Anna has the video.
Let me go follow Miss Anna. See if Miss Anna can.
It will be on No Chase at the end of the day if she has it. Okay, anyway. All right, you guys. To me, I thought she was doing the most. She was rude, and I do think that is what's annoying. Like, that's the annoying side of Gertie that came out. She did, however, own it and say, listen, I was lit, and there's no excuse for my behavior. So there's nothing for me to beat over the head. She recognizes she looked crazy as hell. Marisol says that she has expensive friends, and they're wretched, not ratchet. Is she flying too close to the sun?
A little bit. Marisol spilling herself a little bit.
Yeah, bitch. And especially considering what we find out. Like, that just poor taste. Okay, anyway. Gertie brings up Julia and says that Adriana has been a stellar of a friend to her. She says, you've been a stellar friend to that woman. And Adriana says that she feels used and that Julia is a covert enemy. Alexia brought facts and feelings for once and said that, oh, wait. Maybe I'm early. Anyway, Alexia's friend Anthony talked to Peter, who says that he finds out things about his mom's feelings with Todd on page 6, and that's how he knows what's going on. Um, Peter does not want Todd around Frankie because he doesn't give a shit about Frankie. And
Mm.
Alexia reveals that Todd has not apologized to the boys for the way that he left Frankie. Here's my thing, right? It's gotta be. I can tell her dating history through this. She was married to a guy that was, doing alleged nefarious activities initially. Then she got remarried to a gay guy. This must be the first piece of like legal straight dick that she's gotten, because there's no way you could be that sprung. I know how I am about my friends and about my family, but if I had children, Jaime, there would be no fucking way in the world you can leave my special needs child the way that Todd did it. And I'm sitting on a reality show for 6 months, hemming and hawing about will he or won't he accept me back. And I'm actually entertaining it when I know that not only you hurt me, but you hurt my motherfucking children. Okay. And
Yeah.
people don't really count because we don't care. But you hurt fucking Frankie. And that hurts me as a mom. So you can't hurt my children to those degrees and think that it's okay for you to treat me like you treat me. And then I still sit here and wait with bated breath for you. To me, I just think that, Alexia, she is in the sunken place. And I don't know. He must be putting her through the mattress, because this is ridiculous. Putting her through the mattress and paying her bills, because I just did not understand what is there to contemplate at this point. If
Yeah.
you hear your son saying that about the way that he treated your children, grown or not, how could you justify wanting to be with this man?
I get it. I understand. And, there have been varying accounts of what actually happened. I think that Todd is saying that Frankie wasn't there the way that they're implying. Peter is kind of a non-factor. Like, my thing is, if take Frankie out of the equation, I'm kind of on Alexia's side, because Peter, you're a grown-ass 57-year-old man. Like, you don't have to like who I date. You don't have to like who I marry. You got to worry about regrowing that hair that you're brushing from the back of your scalp to cover up your forehead, and not beating up the people you date. So we've got a completely different set of problems over here. But I kind of believe Todd, because the way that he interacted with Frankie and really vouched for Frankie in a lot of things shows me that he really did care. We saw from the first season that they were together and that they came back. He sat there and cussed Alexia and Peter out for letting Frankie get high, for taking him out, for being reckless. Like, he was constantly telling Alexia that even if Peter does genuinely love Frankie, that's the brother, Peter is living a lifestyle and is doing things that is not conducive to a healthy environment for Frankie. That man was the biggest champion for Frankie. So I don't know. I believe maybe Frankie came home and that's when he knows, but I don't think like he was packing up all his shit and like just looking at Frankie like, yeah, you'll never see me again, bitch. Like, I don't think that's what happened.
So Tamara Judge coded, "You'll never see me again,"
Just
and then runs off into
barefoot.
the hill. I hope that's true. That'll change my perspective if it is true. The only story that I was privy to was the one that they've been telling, which is that he left Frankie the way that he left Frankie, and I just, for me, I'm never going to be able to get jiggy with that. That was
Yeah.
disgusting to me. And if he did that and your children are hurting, my children don't have to like who I date. That's different. They
Yeah.
don't like you because they're not going to like you because they protect me and they love me. But if they don't like you because you've hurt them, and I can verify that you have hurt my children, and my children are just being spoiled children, then I have a problem with you and we're not getting back together. That's just where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
So to
I
see her
understand that.
having these back and forths about it is just mind boggling if what they're saying is true. All right. Adriana tries to bond with Marisol, and Marisol isn't having it at the table. I don't know if you noticed that. She's like, "Do you remember when me and you, the last time I had the art gallery open?" And she tried to give her a hug, and Marisol was like, "Please get off of me." Okay. Adriana says that her issue is with Kiki and her digs at her age. Kiki tells Julia that Adriana accused her of calling her racist, which Kiki denies. And so she fled the scene in an Amazon Prime truck, which I
Look,
just don't understand. What the fuck?
I prefer this Kiki more than the hypersexual, like everything is sex and tits and put like Kiki, like Bitch, what do you mean you ran out on the street and flagged down a random Amazon driver, took your mic off and said, "Get me out of here. I gotta go."
He did it. I'd be like, ma'am, if you don't get out of my truck,
Like, why couldn't you just call yourself a Lyft? Like,
you gonna
was
get me
production
fired.
keeping you? Is
That's
production like keeping you hostage there?
that's the stuff that's like Housewives, and it's just like I like it. I just don't like the caricature of whatever it is that she portrays. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she fled the scene in the Amazon Prime truck. Now, a clip shows Rihanna telling her friend Carol to have a conversation with Kiki, quote, black girl to black girl, unquote. You?
I've defended Adriana over a lot of stuff over the years. When I saw her grab Carol, you called me a racist. This is why I had to bring Carol. You weren't going to invite Carol just to come have a good time?
I ain't never seen her.
I had to ask Carol to defend me. Here, talk to her. Black girl to black girl. When I say that Latinos may not be racist, but absolutely have anti-black inherent prejudices and microaggressions, this is exactly what I mean. Because in what world were you having an argument with somebody? That's like you and me arguing, and you have a Mexican friend. It's like, oh yeah, listen to him, beaner to beaner. Like, what are we doing?
I would never say that.
Like, but it's yeah, it infuriated me. I don't understand how that process in her mind. She was like, "This is gonna go over really, really well. This is gonna sound great."
Um,
And then Miss Carol, you didn't pop her in the mouth. You didn't cuss her out immediately.
Get your motherfucking hands off of me. That's the first thing.
Me.
But, yeah. Anyway,
You can stop touching me.
Oh God, don't go there with me.
I love her so much.
Said I can't. Yeah, but anyway,
you can stop touching me.
Okay, Kung Fu Swift. Okay, girl. Anyway,
come on home. Do your big one.
I've been saying it all season, and I think that I don't know if people don't take me serious because I'm loud, I'm fat, I'm black, I'm gay, I'm first a lot of the times. I don't care. I know what I feel in my heart. And there are too many things. We got too many facts along with my feelings at this point to where it needs to be called into question. It has to be called into question. It has to be called into question because what the fuck is black girl to black girl? Why are you going so hard?
That's what I was like. I didn't understand why she was even bringing. My issue is with Kiki. Why? I thought y'all squashed it like it was a little joke. I don't get, like, if Kiki can still joke with you about your birthday, act like, I don't understand why this is the hill you're wanting to die on, and you were just buddy buddy with Marisol 2 minutes ago.
Because she's thirsty for any type of a storyline to keep her attached to this show, which is why she was fierce in protecting her quote unquote reputation regarding this to make sure that everyone knew that she was not racist. And every time along the way, she did something that was more offensive than the original act that she committed. Yeah, people, I don't give nobody the benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to forgive you for what you did, and I'm going to either move forward or I'm not. I don't give people the benefit of the doubt because I don't have time to litigate whether you meant that or not. That's not up for me to decide because that came from you. I need to assess how it made me feel and if I'm able to move forward with you in an honest and true way. Okay?
Yeah.
And if I'm not able to move forward with you in an honest and true way, then we don't have nothing to talk about. If I feel like, you know what, this person hurt me and I'm going to move forward, whether it was on purpose or not, I don't have time for that. do I love this person? And do I feel like this person loves me? And that's where I move from, okay? Because I don't like doing all that litigation. So for me, I am a very cut and dry kind of a person. I ain't got time to sit around here and figure out whether you said you was ratchet or wretched and do this. I don't have time for that. But I do know that when everybody was saying, Adriana, come on, Adriana at the table. Really, dude? How could you say that to Kiki at the table? She never said once at the table that we saw, you guys, that's not what I meant. I meant wretched. If she
Take
would have
that
said
off
it
the
at the
table. She
table,
never apologized. Like,
she never did
okay, you
anything.
said wretched ratchet. At that point, I don't even think Kiki
She didn't care.
cares about the word. You still haven't apologized. You never sat down and said, I love you. I am so sorry. I was in a, throwing myself a pity party. I should not have jumped down your throat that way. And I genuinely apologize for saying that. I was wrong. You wouldn't even have to come up with the story of I meant wretched. An apology. Because you and Kiki are actually friends. They've been
Yeah.
friends. So, like, that
Even if you
shows me
said
that you
it,
don't have any respect for that lady to even give her an apology.
even after you said it and you saw the outrage about what you said, you could have, if you said it and that was the word that you said, but you didn't intend it to inflict in that kind of a way, you could have apologized in the moment and said, you know what, listen, I take that back. That wasn't cool, but what you did wasn't cool either. Boom. She didn't even do that. So there's
Yep.
too many facts leading up to what happens in this finale and what happened last week to make me think, you know what? It's starting to feel like maybe you are racist. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it a buck. It's starting to feel that way because there's too many instances leading up to what we find out. That's like, at what point, you guys, do we say, if it quack like a duck, it's a duck? How many times we got to keep doing this? And I want to know why, when it comes to, I'm going to say people of color, but I really mean Black people on these spaces, does everybody get the benefit of the doubt but them?
Mm,
I'm sick of the bullshit. It's hard to watch. I had to live
yeah.
it through Beverly Hills. Now I got to live it through this. Like, I am sick of the bullshit. I had to live it through. Listen, Uber went through a lot of it, even though she said that it doesn't exist in my world because I'm a fashion model, which I thought was a horrible way to explain how she does not encounter racism. That doesn't mean that racism, microaggressions, and all of these things don't exist just because you're 6 foot tall and you can look above it, because they were doing it to you as well. You're just a fashion model. So whether they did it to you or not, it was not going to affect your day. But we have here, and Garcelle is Garcelle. So even though she encountered some of those things, she's still Garcelle and she's going to be all right. Okay. But
She's
when you
going to be
look at
better
Miami,
since leaving that show.
right.
Better since leaving. So thank y'all.
But when we look at Miami, the power structure is not in favor of a Kiki or a Gertie. And
Yeah.
so when it's done to them, it's doubly offensive because it makes it feel like they're in a low place and can't fight back, even if they wanted to. And the shit is just jarring and just I want Adriana raggedy, mixed mouth, teeth ass off of this show immediately. And yo droop face, Snoopy dog face looking ass bitch Marisol can go to. And I don't never talk about women like that. But that old long, what you call a mask, take her
Yeah.
ass out of here too. Let's get into it. I just
Yeah.
was so disgusted when I heard black girl to black girl, and then to see you grab her and drag her over there. It ain't even you have a disregard for people, but there has to be something within you that says, let me bring my black friend. What are you thinking
It
about that
goes
if he was a
beyond,
racist?
like, there's a difference between self-absorbed and, like, lacking self-awareness and, like, microaggressions and prejudice and racism. Like, Adriana is a deeply self-involved person. We know this. So there's certain things, like, up to this point, you're like, that maybe she's a narcissist. She's self-involved. Absolutely. We've seen that over the years. We even said in the past couple episodes, Adriana's mouth gets her into trouble consistently over the last 10 years. But it's kind of those things where, as a viewer, you have forgiven certain stuff because it's like, well, she's done that. She gives me very much like the Ramona and Sonia and stuff. It's just like they're just living and existing in their own world, and they really don't care about anybody else around them until those people like want to gang up on her and give her a case of her own medicine. But what we saw last night in the last 2 episodes kind of has like, she spent this entire season moping because none of the girls liked her, only to like then turn on one of the only girls who really had her back the whole season and show her entire ass in a way that goes beyond being self-involved. The fact that your friend for the past 3 years is telling you, like, I didn't like the way that hit. I didn't like, you didn't have to call me that. And the first words out of your mouth are not, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what the words out of your mouth are. Racist, not racist. If you just don't apologize to that, like, you have no respect for that person sitting in front of you. And that goes beyond self-involvement. But then the fact that you wanted to counteract what you had said, because one, that was unprovoked. Kiki called me racist. What? When? When was this? So now you're making up stories to kind of justify why you are going hard at this woman, when in reality, you are embarrassed and you know what you said was wrong. You know how you're coming across. Kiki said, you don't have to call me ratchet. You knew what that word meant. And so then you're making up, conjuring a story. Well, she called me racist, and I really want, no, baby, that's your conscience that called you that. And if I was Carol, after that interaction, I would do some self-reflection on my friendship with Adriana. All that lady had to do was apologize, and she could have saved herself and us. And this honestly probably cost her her job, because it, like, at this point, you burned a lot of bridges, and this was an overt kind of like, God, like, oh, no. I just sigh deeply. Latinos ain't never beaten the anti-black allegations. God damn it.
Hate to say it.
Kiki would have forgiven her so quick. I see Amanda K said Kiki would have forgiven her. All she had to do was apologize. Absolutely. Kiki, literally, she didn't apologize, and Kiki went in on the cake. And Kiki was still, like, trying to have a conversation with her. Yeah. I don't get it. But if she does not come back, I don't think she should come back. I think that that's just kind of, sorry, lady. Like, this is just too much. You've only had 3 allies in this. So I don't know. And Marisol, like, yeah, I'm okay with her.
We're gonna get to her. We're gonna get to her ass.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. But
oh yeah, I know.
What helps Adriana, or helped her in the past, is even though she didn't have allies in the cast per se, she definitely had allies in the fans.
The viewers.
Yeah, we had her back, and you weren't going. When you cut her, we was gonna raise hell because we wanted to know why you didn't give her the MOJITO in the first place, right? So you were already treading on thin ice with the fans in that regard, and then we're not gonna let these guys push people off. But you know what? Sometimes you do it yourself, and you live by the shade, you die by the shade. So it is what it is. Fell by the I'm trying to. Okay, it's time for Julia's opera event that nobody came to, and
this event that was a charity but not a charity for 2 charities that just can't work together but just want to say hi to each other. What the fuck?
We did charity by having to watch it. What the fuck? Nobody came to the event, and she says out of the girls she did invite, everyone was busy. And to me, I just, maybe because I'm just not dumb, I would have thought to myself, damn, Adriana was my only friend in this group.
Yeah.
Damn.
But then she chooses to focus on Adriana. Well, Adriana's like, has a legitimate reason why she can't come.
Yeah.
But you tend to harp on that. Yeah. And at this point, I was kind of on Adriana's side and a little bit, but then going into the episode, I was on Adriana's side with her fight with Julia. After what she said, I was like, I don't care about either of y'all. Julia's still a raggedy bitch.
Yeah,
but
you won.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Adriana had to practice for her performance at Stephanie's event, and Julia feels like she has gone to everything Adriana has, and she is not being a supportive friend to her. Now, I didn't get all of Alexia's statement, but she did bring the facts and the feelings, because she's like, basically it boiled down to Adriana wants you to be a soldier for her, pretty much. And so,
like Marisol is for,
like they all are.
Like Alexia is from Marisol.
Right. So that's why she was able to clock it. Now I don't
He goes, I know
understand
this. I've been here before. I've done this.
familiar territory. Yeah, Sean says, "How are you going to invite someone the day before?" Here's the thing: like at the beginning of the episode, we see real friends Marisol and Alexia have events on the same day, and just say, "Okay, well, you know, boo, boo, boo. We'll just keep it moving." Then we get these two lesbians, and they,
Maybe this episode of the L Word was nuts. They
oh
were
my god,
fighting.
is this what the L Word was like? I never watched it.
Oh, it was such a good show.
Okay, I know people love the L Word, so
Such a good show.
yeah. But yeah, and they aren't able to recognize that sometimes shit happens and just whatever. I see you, you know, the next time. It's cool. You got something to do. I can't cancel my rehearsal because we're so close to the thing, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't dare have you miss your opera performance that people are just dying.
I wouldn't dare. Couldn't breathe.
Right. So that could have just been very simple, but because they're in this weird space, they're questioning everything that they're doing to one another and making mountains out of molehills. In the words of Ramona Singer, a whole mill.
Won't go out of a mountain.
Did you want to go ahead and break down the event or no?
Yeah. I mean, let me pull up my notes real quick.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, and, Julia. Football Cat says Julia and Kiki are gay for pay.
Listen, that was the first thing I was going to say. Okay, so I have here. Kiki starts talking about how good Martina looks, and the camera pans to Martina, and I'm like,
looking horrible.
I look at the way she looks.
Looking like an old rich white man, which is what Kiki likes.
Listen. She looks like a damn elderly Democratic. Who's that one Democratic senator who was giving young black escorts drugs in his house?
I don't know, because that was disgusting.
That's what she looks like.
Oh,
she looked like she donated to the Clinton campaign. But then got off it because the Clintons like trans people. And Martina said no.
I got nothing.
Anyway, I thought that was weird. I'm like, Kiki, please have some respect for yourself. Have a little respect for yourself. Please. They're gonna try to take your daughter away. Add to the village.
What are you saying out of your mouth?
Oh no.
I turned over to you and this is what you do?
Julia and Martina are gonna take the daughter away.
Oh God, what are the comments saying?
Nothing. They're on my side. Just letting you know.
Read that comment out loud.
It's allegedly. No, I don't know. I don't think. I hope not.
On the list?
No, I don't think so. No, it's never been. No, that was a joke.
Oh.
Okay. We already talked about them talking about who wasn't there. Julia, at first in that conversation, didn't seem like she was mad about Adriana not being there. It wasn't until Alexia started saying if she wanted to, she would. It seems like she's not putting in any effort to be your friend, and she just wanted you to be a soldier. Then that's when Julia decides, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm mad for you not showing up to my weird charity event.
That's when she
then she's got the nerve to get up on stage and sing again. And my God, see what she should have been doing instead of planning this horrible event is practicing the way Adriana was. Even though Adriana sounded horrible, like my God, maybe just not sing. Maybe that's an easier solution. All right, so now we're at the day of Stephanie's party. Kiki looks great. All the ladies look really, really good, but Kiki and Gertie really took it for me. I was really happy to see Carmen Carrera pop up again, looking great. I was a little disappointed because the way that they were talking about it in the blogs, like I thought that she was going to be like a recurring like stay more than just like the 2 episodes that we got and the 1 line. I hope that she comes back again next season with a little bit bigger presence. I really like her. Lisa and Jody show up, and everybody, Larsa and all of them say that they're okay with seeing each other, but everything looks tense. They do like say hello to each other, but in my mind, like maybe it's just I'm watching too much baddies. I want to see these bitches fight. Like Jody and Larsa, let's go. I think Larsa would tear Jody up. Like Larsa would tear him up, and that wig. Absolutely. Absolutely.
On or off AC? Is the AC on or off?
Is the AC on or off?
I think if the AC is on, good luck. I don't know.
Look, the AC's on. Jody's windowing to that entire reunion.
The AC's on, but nobody's home.
So here we get Kiki pulling Adriana to the side. Like we said, even though Adriana has not apologized, it's Kiki that is being the bigger person and telling her that she wants to come to a resolution, even after the black girl to black girl comment. Great, Kiki, that's big of you. I don't want you to be the bigger person. Yeah, you annoy me, but in this situation, you have nothing to be the bigger person about. I hate that she was the one to, but because again, this just reinforces what I said. It's Kiki is the one that has to initiate a conversation, and all Adriana had to do was apologize. And then here we go again. The girl that she's chewed and cuts out is the one that has to initiate that. She does. She apologizes and says that she didn't realize that the cake was going to impact her. She thought it was just going to be a little bit of a joke. What I do appreciate is that she then said, however, what you did at that party was nuts. I never called you racist. You didn't have to bring your black friend over here to tell me how good of a non-racist person you are. None of that was necessary because none of that was said. Adriana kind of apologizes, but she's more like, I love you, and I apologize for saying a word that I really didn't mean, and had a double meaning, but it's not the word. Yep. I apologize for.
How many more facts do we need?
Yep. How many? It fresh. I was like, there's a but. I apologize, but I really shouldn't be apologizing because it was an accident.
But if it wasn't an accident, if you didn't say it. Do you see what I'm fucking saying?
And then she immediately goes into, but okay, we don't need to talk about it anymore. I just want to move forward. And I'm like, okay. And Kiki accepts the apology. Good for her. I don't like it. I understand moving on with the plot, but Kiki should have cussed her out a little bit more. And then 30 minutes after they make up, Adriana is right back to screaming at Marisol and Kiki because, of course, Kiki would have told her that Julia's big ass was mad that she didn't come to her busted ass party last night. Adriana's saying I couldn't reschedule 12 people for the practice. I'm a little bit on Adriana's side in this because, bitch, you knew I had an event and I'm practicing with the whole band and stuff. So, no, I'm not going to show up to your little party. But the fact that Adriana's kind of a trash person, I'm just like, okay, sorry. She still continues to cuss and clean out. And then Marisol says, you don't care that your friend, is missing or your friend is upset. And she storms off and she's like, I don't give a shit about Julia. What are your thoughts?
I don't give a shit about Adriana and Julia, but I will say that it's interesting that a friend would automatically go to those places that they went to. You couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Especially if I just fucking told you. What am I supposed to do? Make you cancel your orchestra? I'm doing opera. You got a full 12-piece orchestra set behind you. It's not even just Adriana's time at this point. You have musicians, it's their time. She couldn't do that. I don't understand why that situation is the straw that broke the camel's back. Unless, obviously, in the words of Teresa Giudice, there's something else. You know what I mean?
There's something else.
It cannot be about what this is about. Now, there is that. I wanted to go, when I stopped you, Jaime, when you were doing your breakdown, it wasn't to be rude or to cut you off. But to me, when a person says, and I wrote that down too, because I wanted to make sure I did not forget that, because I don't play, baby. One thing about me,
before you go in on somebody, you want to make sure you know what you're cussing them out for.
Right. And that's journalism, because I could be a blogger or a YouTuber, but there's an element of journalism that in everything that I do, because
All right, Portia Williams. Come on, Portia Williams, journalist.
I come with the facts, okay? And Adriana said she may have used the wrong word and apologizes. if I didn't use the wrong word, and I've been telling you for weeks I said wretched, then what the fuck am I apologizing for maybe using the wrong word? That, before we even get to what happens, is the telltale sign she had been lying about it all along. And I want to ask Real Housewives fans a question. And remember that I have a question to ask the people when we get to that moment. Because I'm not going to ask it now. I'm going to ask it later. But it's a question because I see it done across the board on Real Housewives. And I want to know, at this point, I need an answer as to why, because maybe I'm getting it wrong. So go ahead.
I'm going to put this. Oh, I can't put up comments. Anyway, East Awesome said, Adriana.
I'm sorry.
There we go. He says, Adriana, at the beginning of the season feels like a different person. Was there a medication change halfway through filming? Chase, you and I mentioned at the beginning of this that Adriana seemed more demure and quiet and almost sheepish coming into this season because she knew with, Alexia and Larsa and Marisol, the way that they ended things at the reunion, she really didn't have a lot of allies. That's one of the reasons why we really liked her. We were rooting for her this season because those girls were very actively trying to ice her out. They were trying to do it last year. We had empathy for her. We hated the way that she was being treated. And now, don't know what to tell you, sis.
You screwed us over. You don't
right? We were rooting for you.
People.
We were all rooting for you.
Idiot.
I was going to say I've never yelled at anybody like this, but Adriana has. And it was Kiki.
Oh, she definitely
Julia is screaming at Alexia saying, I texted Adriana the next day and said, I hope her rehearsal went well, but she was mad, but that I was upset that she didn't show up, and I got nothing from her. Creepy. I'm like, okay, y'all are friends. Why would she text you? They finally migrate. It's Adriana's concert. She's 15 minutes late, and I had money how long it was going to take for Stephanie to be mad, and it took exactly 15 minutes before Stephanie said, she's ruining my party.
Oh my God. And do you know how much it cost? Stephanie, I do not get Stephanie first chair. I don't get it. I think Stephanie first chair is now, to me, not about her season's performance. It's about, to me, I would be insulted as a long-term cast member because that's how bad we did.
Yeah.
Because she didn't give anything to me.
Yeah.
So if she didn't give anything, then what do I think the rest of them gave? Nothing. I would be pissed.
The fact that Gertie was not first chair is insane to me. Gertie is consistent. We'll get to that. We'll get to that after because I have a lot of thoughts about that, particularly with rumors swirling around that Gertie was fired last season but came back fired this season.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. When she's consistently the most consistent cast member. When these other
motherfucker. If you get rid of her, you're getting rid of the people.
Listen. Where was that? Adriana is performing. And remember I said last week it was just going to be the Miami theme and fire. And what does she do? The Miami theme and fire.
The Miami extended
cut. And then just some random performance art piece about her dog. I'm like, oh, she's just making this up on the fly.
Let me tell you something, right? I was like, when I saw her sit down at the piano, like how Lady Gaga does.
Yeah. She said,
oh shit, bitch. Okay. She finna clear it. Okay, Adriana. Like you are, for a woman of your age, I was gonna say for a woman, because age is not a factor, but considering her age, she is literally a Renaissance woman. She's doing Miami's fire. And what's the Feel the Rush, and then she goes and she sits down and she sets the piano up. This is what she could not make the opera performance for. This is what she is standing on business with her best friend Julia about. This is why she had a 12-piece orchestra set behind her, because she's a fucking musician and she knows she's the moment. Now, come on now, right? In the words of Wendy Williams. And then she sits down and she plays I Love My Fucking Dog. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. I'm thinking it was like going to be like, because she's like, whenever you see a person sit at the piano like this and do this,
you're like,
oh my God, we are locked in. We are going to get it, right? I love my dog. I love my dog. Get her off of my show. I was so over it. Oh my God.
Kiki's face the whole shit.
Kiki was thanking Jaime. This old ass bitch.
This old ass bitch. And Alexia in her confessional, what does she say? What is she singing about her dog for? Like, you don't sing a song if you love your dog. And if you do. Wait, I think I saved the picture exactly of what she said. She said, when you really love your dog, you don't have to sing about it. And if you do, you should sing about it at home to your dog.
She sits at the piano like she's fucking Twinkie Clark. Fucking Elton John or John Legend or somebody. She's like, you know how they have the microphone.
Listen.
And they bring it into them closer. She's doing all of this. She wants everybody to be quiet on fucking set before she comes out. Like, she was like locked in the zone. And then she sits down and sings, I love my fucking dog. Oh my God.
It was kind of a bop though. It's been stuck in my head for the last 24 hours.
I'm scared of dogs.
I love my dog.
I'm scared of dogs. I'm scared of dogs. I'm scared of dogs. Alicia Keys. Well, yeah, I would say Alicia Keys, Amanda K, but I think that for as much as we could compare to Alicia Keys, I think Adriana was in key.
A little bit.
Alicia, no, off keys.
So, okay, let me see. Everybody tells Adriana how good she is, except Kiki. Julia comes in and takes Adriana away for a talk. Why Stephanie says, I need to go tell these people to make sure this thing is wrapped up on time.
Oh my God.
She's ready for these people to get out of here. She cannot for 5 seconds not be in charge of something. Like, when you say you're not the boss of me, that's what you say. She's the bitch you say it to. She's the bitch.
You don't run me.
You don't run me. You're not my mama.
I'll never forget. We brought up Married to Medicine, and you guys like to rag on Lisa Nicole, right? But I have a special connection to Lisa Nicole. But Lisa Nicole said something to Toya that just wow. Okay, she goes. Toya wanted her to do something, and Lisa didn't do it, right? And so she says to Toya, I'm not Eugene. You don't run me, bitch. That's oh my God. Lisa. Facts, but whoa. Like, I would have to tell her, I'm not Eugene. You don't run me, Stephanie. I'm not your twin sisters.
Oh, well, and the twin sisters run her.
I was gonna say
the way she's been crying about them the whole season.
I ain't you neither, because she ain't run us. We quit.
So Julia starts this off by saying, in the most condescending tone, I'm happy for you, right? And Adriana is just kind of like, yeah, okay. And then Julia says, what do you really know I'm happy for you? And Adriana just tears her ass up. Like, Adriana came in ready to fight with anybody can get it. Anybody.
Oh, yeah.
She said, you dumped me for other bitches. You're fake. You only started wanting to do opera because you knew I was a singer and opera was my dream to get to. You're toxic. She's amped up and Julia looks like she's getting ready to cry. She's scared boots. Take the mic off. I don't want to be here.
And it flies and flees away in an Amazon Prime truck.
She did not have this energy with Gertie. That's all I'm saying.
Catch.
So Adriana finished.
You pissed me off. Oh,
see, because she knew who to get up and try. She knew who to throw a drink at. She knew who to put a finger in the face. She knew. We've seen that. Yeah. Adriana will punch. Gertie has a little too much class. Gertie ain't throwing hands at anybody. So Adriana cuts her out, storms off. Stephanie sees really what this had happened. I said, please don't let Stephanie see. Next scene, Stephanie, we're fighting at a Christmas. Guys,
boss, the plane.
So I actually thought Adriana was going to pop Julia because Adriana storms off and Julia follows her because she wants to keep fighting. I'm like, Julia, you don't remember season 3? Joanna followed Adriana and got a knuckle sandwich in the middle of that house. Adriana just keeps dragging her ass. Julia, you're dizzy. You're desperate. You don't know who you are or what you want or what you stand for. You jump from one shiny object to the next. She was engaged 9 times. What kind of person is engaged 9 times? She kept getting it wrong until she finally landed a champion tennis player. I'm like, my God, let her go. Let her go. And then this. This is what seals it for me and almost gets me back on Adriana's side. I'll let you start finish. What are we gonna say? Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
I was going to say, you said when she said what person gets engaged 9 times, I thought to myself, Danielle Staub. But then,
Danielle, stop. Because all I heard was 19 fucking times. You poor. This is where, my God, you should have left that lady alone, Julia. She says, if it wasn't, Adriana says, if it wasn't for me, no one would have ever found you in that shitty place you used to live. I've given you all of your moments. You were a user. Nobody here would have ever heard about you. And then in the confessional, Julia said that over the 2-year friendship, Adriana has emotionally abused her. The only thing I heard in my head, who said that? Domestic violence. Was that Rolling Rage?
I don't know who said that, but what oh God. What I will say is it's a lot of layers.
Mm.
It's a lot of layers. As I said earlier, obviously there's something else, right? It's starting to come out. It's starting to come out. This is not.
It reads as a breakup. This ain't a friendship. Like, it's a breakup.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is, hard to admit for us as humans. Some people are there, and some people are not there. But I think that journey to there is hard. When you introduce friends to a friend group that they weren't in, and they get close to the friends in the friend group, but then they start doing things without you. It is an ego check. It's an ego check.
Yep.
But it is not fair if you bring me there under the guise of wanting to do something for me. However, you're bringing me there because you want me to be your blind and loyal supporter. Okay, that's manipulative, right? However, I believe in being a friend that I can tell you where you're wrong and where you messed up and still be your friend. Adriana does not like to know she was wrong. And Julia doesn't either. They get into arguments telling each other when they're wrong. They do it, but they don't like it when it's done to one another. And so it's just interesting to see them have this argument. And, I could see where Julia would say, honestly, how she said earlier in the episode, I feel that, behind the scenes, there was a lot of mental abuse and all of those types of things. Because Adriana says on camera, if it wasn't for me, I brought you out of that shithole. So imagine the conversations behind the scenes when cameras go down. If she said that much on camera, what else has she said off camera? So I do believe that. I just believe that both of them are wrong. And I would love both of them to rewrite the course of their friendship off camera.
And away from me, because at this point, I really don't care if y'all ever hang out again.
Take it to the L word.
Ask Ricky Smiley. Okay.
Ricky Smiley. I told that to Antonio and he never replied back.
That is my favorite, stem. I'll randomly throughout the day, at least once a day, something will happen to me, and I'm just like, that's Ricky Smiley. And I chuckle to myself because nobody else will understand what I'm saying if I say it out loud. But to myself, that's Ricky Smiley.
What are we talking about? He asked something in our group this week, and I said, ask Ricky Smiley, LOL. Baby?
He ignored you. He's still asking.
He was like, bitch, fuck you. But I was joking, Antonio. Okay, anyway.
Answer my text. Don't pull an Adriana and ignore me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, let's wrap this up. Stephanie gets up for a speech to announce Kiki's drink for Haitian relief. And I really actually enjoyed this. I thought this was a great moment, way to use like this thing of like every 100% of the proceeds of this drink are going to go to that. But then as she's reading her speech, the only thing I could think of is when a kid gets up in front of the class to read and doesn't really want to be there. And she was like, hello, everybody. Thank you so much. We're having a really good time tonight. Next up, we have Kiki, and we're going to be like, oh my God, this Stephanie. Relax.
She's socially awkward.
That's how poor people read. Kiki also gives a speech. Thanks, everybody. The ladies are really celebrating her, and we can tell they're wrapping things up. Adriana is trying to make a moment and says how grateful she is for Stephanie for providing her this opportunity to perform. Kiki jumps right in and says, nah, bitch. Let's talk about some things. So after you cussed us out 5 minutes ago, drunk ass Marisol finally told me the truth. She's the one that told you to say that you used the wrong word. You said ratchet. You meant to say ratchet. Marisol, the next day, told you to avoid any kind of backlash, claimed you used the wrong word. Marisol in her confessional tells the story. She got tired of Adriana. She says, if you've been coming at me, you leave me alone for 2 years, use this word, leave me alone. I just saved your ass. And I'm like, 2 years is really specific. What is that time frame?
I just need a fucking break, girl. God damn. Can a bitch get 2 years?
And I know that this is true because Adriana has nothing to say. Her eyes get wide. She looks at Marisol, and Marisol sings like a damn bird. She said, yeah, this is what you told me. This is what we said. And in her confessional, she says she decided to come clean because she's mad at Adriana again. Because Stephanie told Larsa that Adriana told Stephanie that Marisol had a PR company and is a master manipulator. Everybody in the group is like shocked that this piece of information has come out. This is where I'm a little annoyed. Kiki had all of this smoke for Adriana and none for her best friend Marisol. Marisol was really quick to cover up for Adriana, someone who was microaggressive towards you.
Who she hates.
And who she has hated for 2 years. And the only reason she came clean to you is because she's now mad again at that other person.
I put a tweet out. People are currently liking it, retweeting it. And I've done good because, back when I first met you, I was still replying to bitches and eating their ass up on Twitter. Now I just tweet and I go about my business. I don't respond to them. Listen. But I used to get in those comments of whoop ass. We have jumped in a lot of each other's fights on Twitter, getting into people's ass. I stopped. You're not even on Twitter like that anymore. So, but
yeah, it's draining. It's so draining.
What is Shirley Ralph say on Abbott Elementary? I do my job, I go home, and that's it.
Very
right?
Dead.
Tweeted, I'm so disappointed in Gertie and Kiki for letting that group of women play in their faces. Drinks tossed, alienation, cover-ups, lies, microaggressions, and they say/do nothing. And then I use this clip.
Where are they? Where's your integrity? Where are your morals? Where are your values as a woman and as a mother? Where are they?
I am madder than you. Why are you allowing them to play in your face? And that's why I mentioned it has to be something about the power dynamic in Miami. It's gotta be that they're afraid to lose their job or something for speaking up, because surely you cannot be that obtuse. Marisol helped out her sworn enemy to make sure that above all else, she did not look racist, because up until this season's public perception, she did not like her. She does not want to film with her, but I do believe that she recognized Adriana's value to the show. Mm-hmm. And that's where the bottom
she's
line
in PR.
It began and ended for her. And so she got her off the hook for something that she knew was racially insensitive. And people say they're 60 years old, they don't know. Bullshit, the Baker. They stay in Miami, fucking Florida. Okay? One thing in Miami, there's a huge Mexican, Hispanic, Latino community. There's a huge black community, and they intertwine. Yep. They're in multiple spaces together. Ratchet was a word that you could not escape for years. Ratchet as a word has just died down in popularity. We don't really say it like we used to, but everything was ratchet. Ratchet was all in the songs. Ratchet was all on the social media. They knew. Adriana's not a dummy. Adriana has told, at this point, I'm going to say it, Adriana not the dummy, y'all a dummy. The cast member not the dummy, the viewer the dummy. The mama the baby.
Mama the baby.
Because she has told you, even before Marisol exposed her, she told you in the apology that she gave to Kiki that I apologize for using the wrong word. But for weeks, you swore up and down, you did not say that word. You said wretched, and you were going so hard to defend your character, to make sure that we knew that you weren't racist, only for Marisol to expose that it was a lie. You brought Carol down there and you dragged her down to that event to have a black girl to black girl conversation over a lie. You motherfucking sat in our face for weeks. Do you hear me? For weeks. Hooping and hollering about somebody mentioning your age when you are 60 and you should not be acting like that. And you went on a campaign to clear your good name, and the whole motherfucking time you knew it was a lie and you almost got away with that motherfucking shit. I am disgusted. I am disgusted at Adriana because she knows that at the end of the day, like I mentioned earlier, she may not have allies on that cast, but she had allies in the viewership, and she knew y'all dumbass was going to take up for her in the first place anyway. My question to you is, why is it that the Black Housewives, you always give the Adrianas and the Dorit, they get the benefit of the doubt, but the black girls don't?
Yep.
Gertie got a drink through on her, and everybody said, well, Gertie still need to go because she's annoying. Bitch, are you kidding me?
The irony of this whole thing is,
I'm hot.
The irony of this is Marisol singing like a bird because she didn't like that Adriana called her a master manipulator, but she actually manipulated the entire cast and Kiki in order to forgive Adriana by concocting this story. Like, you are a manipulator. We are seeing it in real time. You PR spun this for her. And just because now she got you mad and you want to, like, oh, I'm coming clean, you still did that. You still did that. Adriana is saying, no, that's not how it happened. She said, I was explaining what I tried to say, and Marisol said, oh, wretched. You meant wretched. You owe me. I saved your ass. But I was like, why wouldn't you have just said that to... we're not beating the same horse.
Litigate it, because they lying.
So then she just still keeps talking, still not apologizing, decides that, yeah, continuing to talk is going to be good. She tells Kiki, what I meant to say was like, you know, like you're miserable, you're old and miserable. That sends them over the edge. Gertie's looking at her, oh, everybody old. Alexia's screaming, Kiki's in shock. Like, how did we get here? Alexia is like, old. This thing started because of your, like, you're going back and forth. Adriana and Marisol.
It was good.
It was Housewives TV,
that.
But it
was. You see how fucking hot I was? And then 5 seconds later, she makes, I'm like, I hate this bitch.
I hate her.
I'm sorry, it was good.
In the middle of Marisol and Adriana reading each other about their outfits, Stephanie jumps in and tells these bitches to shut the fuck up because it's the holidays and I got free swag for y'all. Everybody's like, oh, presents. I'm like, Julia better be happy that Kiki jumped in because Julia lost by a lot tonight, and Adriana would have tore her up again. So we finally roll credits. Adriana saying she wants to go on tour. Hopefully it's to go look for another job. Kiki is getting ready to purchase a condo in one of Stephanie's buildings. Congratulations to Kiki. That's big. Julia apparently performed opera at some community theater. Good for her. One of her daughters met the kids, but the other one said, it's still up. I'm good. Larsa is renovating her house, dating another athlete. Let's take bets right now. How long do you think this one's going to last?
It's not.
Uh,
As soon as
Gertie
he
asked
turns
her.
32,
I don't even know
he's
who he
done,
is. I'm
baby.
like, oh, Larsa. I
Turn
don't
and
watch
burn.
those
As soon as
boys.
he
So
turns 18, he's out.
Gertie and her husband have a little. I'm sorry, this made me howl. Gertie and her husband are having a little like family time, and he's guessing what kind of dog that she showed him. She's like, "Oh, good for you." She's like, "If I was an animal, what kind of animal looks like me?" And he says, "A hairless cat."
Dina Manzo's cat.
Gertie screams, and I'm like, somebody needs to help her. She's getting whacked. She could give her a break. But I do love this banter between the two of them. It shows that you can tell they genuinely like each other still. And that's great because we've seen some relationships over the course of TV shows turn sour. And I hope that her and Russell continue being super, super grounded, continue to put their relationship and their kids first because I genuinely enjoy their banter. I do like, she says she's still in therapy and she also has no plans for additional reconstructive surgery post cancer diagnosis, which I also think was really, really responsible for Bravo to put in. We've seen Gertie talk about how she feels out of her body, how her womanhood feels like it was taken from her. We've had people on our show call in and leave comments saying how grateful they were with their own cancer journeys to see it portrayed, family members, and a lot of time post-cancer diagnosis. I feel society puts a lot of pressure on women to get their bodies to look pre-cancer. You have to get the reconstructive surgery. You have to do this. And I like that Gertie said, you know what, I don't have any more plans for right now. I'm good. Let me prioritize other things. So I'm sure there's millions of other women who make the same decision for themselves. And I'm very happy that they have their choices reflected in real life as well. Lisa and Jody launched that app we talked about last week, that divorce app. Jody still ain't proposing. Did Jody color his hair again? Why is it black? He looked like he had my hair on him, but with bangs.
I ain't got nothing for Jody, child. Glad it's over with. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. We find out that Stephanie started talking to one of her twin sisters. The other one said it's still up. Has no desire to talk to her. Good for her. Marisol and Alexia are talking about Alexia's relationship with Todd. Surprise, surprise. Marisol is worried because how does she fit into it? This made me laugh a little bit. She says, if you get back with Todd, how do I fit in with your life? Because I've talked a lot of shit about him. I was like, that's relatable.
Facts.
That's relatable. Fast forward, and the final scene is a card that says Alexia and Todd have finalized their divorce for now. Jesus.
I'm ready for a Marisol-less Alexia season.
I am, we said that at the end of last season, because remember it was reported after BravoCon or something that they got into a fight on the plane, right? And we thought that it was going to be something that was good. Like, they completely glossed over that. Nothing. So I'm interested to see dynamics without Marisol. There was a time when I, said that it would be interesting to see dynamics without Adriana, but she has really cut ties with everybody. There is nobody, like, the dynamics won't be changed. If Adriana is gone, the show literally continues the exact same way that it is. There was a lot of moments.
Drunken outbursts.
Yeah, it's this whole last 2 episodes with Adriana made me really miss Nicole. Because I feel like Nicole would have gotten that ass. Nicole literally would have been fighting everybody this entire season. Over Gertie and Kiki. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
Bye bye and bon voyage, number one, to the girls. But there was some loose ends. Kiki, I think the storyline for Kiki, as Kiki's reconciliation with her father, and how he treated her as a child, or and now how they have reconciled. I hate that that's the story, because it's often that the parent that did the right thing and all of those things doesn't get the glory.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they reconciled. I'm glad they're in a better place. Lord knows that I do. But I would just much rather see Kiki's mom around.
Yeah.
Personally speaking.
Her daughter in this episode is so adorable.
Yes. Oh
So
my gosh, it's so
her
cute.
daughter is
She got in the camera like
precious.
that. Yeah.
She reminded me of like just like the way she had her hair and just like her smile. She gave very much Brooke, is that Brooklyn, Kenya's daughter's name?
Oh yeah, Kenya, Brooklyn.
Every time Brooklyn sees a camera, it's like
She's
just like
always
a
like
smiling little
swerving.
girl. Like I'm like,
She has it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What other loose ends? Just as I'm disappointed in Kiki for letting them play in their faces, and Marisol for willingly inserting herself into something and then pretending to be mortified about it and then making a joke about it at the beginning of the episode, a wink, wink, not, not. Yeah, these are my girls, and they are wretched, not ratchet. Y'all can't tell me they don't know the words and the meanings of this stuff. I just think that that's disgusting, flying too close to the sun. I'm disappointed in Gertie as well. There's no way that I would have been able to sit there and watch that happen. And because um, I don't like Julia, or like just because of the way that the allies are aligned, I don't speak up and say something about it. I thought that, I just don't understand why. Maybe she said something about it. I don't know, but why didn't they? Why didn't she say something? Because literally, they not talking to you, but it does. It should concern you and affect you. You know what I mean? Because it's something that has racial connotation to it, depending on when and how it's said. But because it was attempted to be covered up and they gaslit everybody about it. That's all of those things considered should make you upset. The racial connotations would have been quelled had an apology been given immediately. So then we don't have to think that. But not only did you cover it up, then you go as far as to bring your black friend, and she called me racist when she didn't, and all of those things. I would be offended as another black cast member on the show, even though it's not my fight. And so I just wonder why she opted to stay out of that situation. I would love to know that.
Yeah.
What else is a loose end for me? Um, Honestly, this is crazy because people are saying who they feel like can stay or go. Um, I wouldn't miss anyone if anyone were to go.
Interesting.
I would notice Alexia being gone, but I wouldn't miss any casting change. I do think that if they get rid of the black girls, and it's not because they're the black girls, but I think that so let me say this because people will hear that and think I'm making it a race thing. If they get rid of Kiki and Gertie first, when there are other girls that can be on a chopping block as well, or before them, I'm going to be pissed. So maybe it is a race thing. I don't know. But Marisol and Adriana, bye, bye, bye. What they did was misleading, distrustful, and it was hurtful. They can go. I'm never going to miss them. Um, People are saying Kiki and Gertie. Honestly, I can leave or take anyone else on that cast. I really can't. And I also think that Marisol being so conjoined at Alexia's hip hinders Alexia from being the queen bee like she thinks she is.
Yeah.
You're not a queen bee when you got everybody doing your dirty work, diva. I'm just saying. So those are just some random little lingering thoughts I have. But other than that, fuck this show. That's where I'm at with it. That's why I asked, is it our final finale? Is what I asked.
Yeah.
What do you think in regards to casting moving forward? Like, is there anyone that you would miss if they got chopped? Like, I wouldn't miss anybody, but that's me. Or who do you think should go? Who are you okay with letting go? And all of those things, all the things.
So I'm completely fine with Julia being out. I'm good on her. There's nothing to get me back on the Julia train. You know that I really, really enjoyed her first season. Second season, I was like, okay, she stepped into Little Housewives bag, and then it's third and fourth season. She's been hanging around Alexia too much. Got a little too much dip on her chip. But the fact that she made her assault on Gertie's fault just kind of sealed it. Like you can sit there and say all day, well, Gertie was lying, Gertie is this, that, and the third. You can sit there and fight. Like, okay, arguments happen. And that's what Housewives is. But you tried to gaslight everybody like Gertie was a liar, like Gertie's making stuff up. Then you get in her face. You try to provoke her. then you throw a drink, and then you still continue to say, I'm sorry, but you pushed me there. I'm sorry, but I didn't like the things that you were saying. Then we find out this is not new behavior from you. Like, good, I'm good. I'm good. You're not particularly interesting anyway. You get beat up every single time you decide to open your mouth and insert yourself in something. So you're not even a good fighter. You're not even a good arguer. So like, I'm good. Miami is one of those casts that every single person contributes something to the group dynamic. While I missed Dr. Nicole because I love her, I didn't really. There was only a couple of episodes at the beginning where I felt her presence was lacking. Then the show just kind of moved forward. So I don't think that I would particularly miss. I would miss seeing Gertie, and if Gertie comes back, I want to see more family stuff. Same with Kiki. Want to see get back to work and family. I enjoyed season 1 because these new women were introduced and they were at work. The old cast members, sorry, wasn't working. They weren't doing anything. That's not interesting to me. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. We'll see how this reunion goes. But yeah.
All right, you guys, that's the way love goes. And we want to thank you for listening and watching Mojito Mommies. We do greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Comment to us anything that we may have missed that you want to talk about. We greatly appreciate everybody. For the people in the lounge across all of the platforms, I see it's grown. So thank you guys for watching us. We call the lounge the comment section, the lounge, excuse me. So thank you, Sean, East Awesome, love, Lot Queen. There were some others I want to shout out really quickly before we went out. Green Girl, and just some other people. Football Cat, if I already didn't say it. Love. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week, and till then, keep it light and keep the racial microaggressions to yourself, the cover-ups to yourself, and all of that shit, because we don't want it. We want to just watch Housewives without being offended. We're not looking to be offended, but they literally drag it over and tell us to have conversations, black girl to black girl. So what can we do?
I mean, it's genuinely very easy just to not say stupid racist things. Like, it's really easy.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Then you get mad at us because we don't like it. I don't understand. Anyway, that being said, thank you so much, Jaime. And I'm Chase, and that's Jaime, and we're out. Peace.
That's Jaime.
No, that's not you. I just had to figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I'm joking. I'm joking.